Hi there, Sandra here from the Schwowin's Nest. Thanks for joining me today. Project number one is using this oval wooden box that I picked up at a thrift store in a set of two a while ago. I've been waiting to do something with this one, so I'm going to give it one coat of black chalk paint and then a couple of coats of white chalk paint. I went to my Cricut and I designed this decal, which will be available as a free printable, and I decided to make this little box a bread box. Then I decided to do some distressing. I'm very lightly sanding all along the edges and the bottom. I want to bring out some of that black paint that I painted on first. And the other reason why I painted black first is to help prevent any stains or any of the wood colors from seeping through. Sometimes you get some yellowing on your white paint, so I like to do black underneath first to try and prevent that. I styled this with a buffalo check napkin and some pumpkins, and I think it's going to be the perfect addition to a harvest table. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I am doing a ton of fall farmhouse decor right now, so if that's something you enjoy, I'd love for you to stick around by hitting the subscribe button. I also do farmhouse decor, which is my favorite style to do, and they're always easy on the eyes and easy on the budget. Project number two is turning into my favorite way to craft. I'm using the Hiipoo Waterslide Decals, and what I've done is found a free printable of a pumpkin truck, and then I just took it into my Cricut design space and added some fonts, and now I'm just cutting it out. So this is special paper that you put through an inkjet printer. Then you spray it a few times with some clear sealer to seal in the ink. Then you just cut it out, dip it in some water, and put it on your project. I'm using this huge mug that I picked up at the thrift store, and I thought this would be a perfect addition to any holiday table. How you work with these is once they're out of the water, you just give them a little bit of a pinch with your fingers, and that paper will slide right out from underneath. You did see me also wetting my project a little bit because you want to make sure that you can easily move it around and adjust it to get out all of the wrinkles and the bubbles. And let me tell you, all of the wrinkles and bubbles come out of this. What you've got to do is just be super patient, just move things around with your fingers first, and then you're going to take a tissue. I like using a tissue. You can use a soft cloth or a paper towel, but tissue works best for me. And you're going to dab and push all of the water out from underneath, and you are left with a beautiful mug that has this super cute little truck on it. And I'm also going to do a pumpkin on the other side. To make this a permanent decal, I'm just going to bake it in the oven for 10 minutes at the required temperature. And again, these free printables will be available on my website. There's a link in the description box. Project number three has the most details, so I will be showing you exactly what I'm doing. I've got one of these little wood crates from the Dollar Tree and a couple of the tumbling tower blocks. And what I'm doing is just hot gluing them to the back edge because I need some support for a pumpkin that I'm going to be gluing on top. Using this wood pumpkin from Dollarama. It was purchased last year. It was already on a project. This is how I had painted it for my previous project. But as I said in an earlier video, I'm trying to use all of the things in my stash this year for Thanksgiving instead of purchasing new items. I'm using DIY chalk paint in white to cover the crate, and I'm going to do the inside, the outside, in between the cracks, just make sure that everything gets one coat. I mixed together a lighter green and a little bit of black to create this dark sage green color, and I'm going to paint the pumpkin on the front and the back, but I'm going to skip the stem. Using some white paint and a dry brush, I'm just going to distress the pumpkin fairly heavily. I like the green, but I want to show a lot of distressing. So I'm going to go over it once like this, and then I'm going to go over it one more time. I'm going to lightly distress the crate using some black, and I'm just going to drag my brush from side to side as you see me doing here very lightly, making sure I hit those corners a little bit harder. That's where I want most of the distressing to show up. Black is my favorite color to use when I'm distressing on white, and when you watch some of my farmhouse videos, you'll see that I do that a lot. I went over to my Cricut and cut out Spice It Up. I'm going to use this little pumpkin as a little salt and pepper holder. To add a little bit more design to the pumpkin, I'm using one of my Craft Smart oil-based paint pens, and I'm just drawing some stitches all along the outside of the pumpkin. Using this same pen, I'm just drawing some little circles on each of the planks just to represent some little metal studs or some screws or nail holes, just to cutesy it up a little bit more. To add some little details, I decided to put a shoestring twine bow up at the top of the stem with a little acorn cutout, and now I'm just adding some leaves and acorns to the bottom of the crate as well. I hope you enjoyed my DIYs today. I think they're going to make a perfect addition to the harvest table this season. If you like what you saw, please give me a thumbs up. That tells YouTube you like what you saw and they promote me more, which helps my channel grow. Thank you again for watching. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Bye for now.